Single women 30 to 40 years old getting humbled by men. In a world of lustful men and gorgeous women, how is it possible that as a woman you can go without? To be humbled when by nature, by default, you're so wanted by men.
Girls, if you ever need a lesson of humbleness, is that how you call it? Anyway, if you ever feel like you could use some, like, being humbled a bit, what I recommend is moving to New Zealand. I've been living here for like a year and a half, and my succession rate hitting on men is just below 0. I handed out my number maybe 5 times to a Kiwi man.
Damn. She gave out her CV, her resume.
Humbleness?
And all of them were turned down. All of them. Damn. Men aren't trying to employ this woman.
None of them texted me.
Wow.
And then I started a conversation today with this really hot customer in our cafe. I had a crush on for like 7 months now. He was there with a friend, so I was like, okay, today's the day. I started a conversation, we talked, like all of us talked for like 10 minutes.
And you launched yourself like a thirsty tiger, predator sort of woman. Desperate. She could be giving off desperate vibes as well, so...
Humbleness?
Yeah. Well, what happened?
And I was like, guys, just like follow me, and maybe you can give me like tips for where to travel around Auckland and stuff, because I don't know where to go on my days off. And they're like, sure. So they both like followed me from my account, followed themselves from my account. And then the guy, like the friend, he followed me back straight away. And the guy actually never followed me back. Which is very humbling. He watched my stories, he didn't follow me. Then I posted another story like 2 hours later, which he saw again, which is really weird. So he like looked me up apparently again, but he still didn't follow me. And that second story was like a proper thirst trap. Like I can't do any better than that. So if that doesn't get him hooked, I don't know.
Wow. Even her thirst trapping isn't working. I hope you're focused and on your square. I mean, she's putting everything out there. Literally putting everything out there. Herself, her body, her mind as well. It's like, all right then. But she's putting everything out there. Like a slab of meat on an iron tray. Fresh on the market. And men aren't biting still. Damn. I mean, is something wrong with the men? Or what's on the tray? I don't know.
Yeah, so Kiwi men are keeping me very humble. I've never felt as ugly as I have now in New Zealand.
Damn.
I don't know what's wrong with these men.
I have lived in 5 different countries so far. New Zealand is the first one where men make me feel ugly on a daily.
I've never felt this ugly.
We're grown. We're not doing this nonsense act as if this woman couldn't get men. That's ridiculous. Clearly, this woman is not she's not a beastly, ugly woman. Clearly, that's ridiculous. We're not going to do that. But it's where she is, her location, that makes her feel like, yeah, she don't look good on a daily, on a regular basis. Yeah? So what's my point here? It's understanding how powerful this is. Where it's like, even if as a woman you don't want to care about it because you don't, when it's something you're used to, something you may experience on a daily, even if you don't like it, all these men just throwing penis at me, trying to get to me. I'm so tired of it. I wish men would leave me alone, which is what you hear a lot nowadays. However, a lot of these women are in certain places where that happens. Now, this woman obviously is in New Zealand, and obviously the Kiwi men are like,
It's ugly.
yeah, I'm not impressed. Yeah, I'm not impressed, woman. But it does make you wonder, why a lot of these women who complain about the unwanted advances of men, why they don't move to places, or why they don't, escape, emigrate to places where, that's not a problem. And some will say, yeah, that's easier said than done. That's sort of a ridiculous point. But no. My point is, some people are comfortable where they are. That's why they talk and say what they say. They're comfortable. They're in a place where they can say that. Makes them feel good and special. Things like dating apps. Everyone isn't using dating apps to meet people. A lot of people are using it just for attention, to validate themselves, make themselves feel good. Like, oh yeah, people want me. People want me. Yeah? So even when, you don't care about it, you're aware of it, but it's like, it's so natural to you that, it's something you can take or leave. When you're put in a position and place where all that supposed power is, it's gone.
It's ugly.
Something you never knew you had. You don't miss it till it's gone. It's like, yeah, reality hits, catches up. And this is something that happens to a lot of people. But this woman's experiencing it firsthand. Some would say partially because of her age, and that happens as well. But it's where she is as well. The location. So some could say time and space matters. Yeah, it does. And sadly and commonly, A lot of men would remind women that, yeah, time and space, place, does matter.
Maybe I'm declining, I don't know.
Not only do I have a couple of screws loose, I've also lost the screwdriver.
I recently turned 45 years old, but I am still a single woman. Men don't ask me out on dates. Do I look bad?
It's ugly.
See, again, a common question. But this one isn't location. This one's time. It's not space, you know? This one's time. Yeah, I'm being scientific as well. Come on, come on. Sweet, sweet time. It benefits some and is a bane to others. And for a lot of people, it works both ways. You get a bit of both. You get a bit of everything over time. Could start out bad, end up good. Could start out good, end up bad, whatever. We get the point, don't we? But what is it about men and age when it comes to dating? Like, why is it such a big topic nowadays about men and dating women of certain ages? Even in the good aspect where younger men are dating older women, cougars, yeah. But in the other aspect of men being cautious of women of a certain age, what's that about? Why is it happening? Some could say it's misogynistic. But is it? It's a common thing in a lot of places. We've seen it spoken about in a lot of places, haven't we? There are terms for it in a lot of places, aren't there? Leftover women, oh my God. But why? What would make men who have the option choose a younger, more fertile woman? I mean, it sort of answers the question already, doesn't it? Because if we're being fully honest and grown, it's not always about looks. Because there are many women of a certain age who still look good.
Crispy.
What's she like? If you want kids, I mean, you can't really think about that anymore, can you? So, I mean, that's out of the equation, isn't it? But I mean, what is she like? Has time made her tough, chewy, more of a struggle than a benefit?
Chaos.
If you're a single woman and you're over the age of 30 and you feel hopeless, depressed, you feel like you just can't figure this love thing out. I used to feel like there was something wrong with me. I could only attract guys that would either lead me on and then disappear. They would.
So guys who would use her basically.
It's ugly. Hopeless. Depressed.
Have their fun with her, have their way with her. Interesting. And then discard her. Like a rubber? Really? But I mean, she must have been having fun herself, wasn't she? Isn't she? I don't know.
Ghost me. And like, I was doing all of the things to find love. I was putting myself out there. I was on every single dating app. I was going on like 4 dates a week.
Damn. That sounds a bit desperate, but okay.
I wanted more than anything to find love. And I was getting close to 40. I would end up getting excited over someone who seemed really great on paper, and he would be coming on really strong, like saying all the right things, planning vacations to Italy, inviting me, to meet his friends and his family. Then all of a sudden, 2 to 3 months in, he would decide he wasn't ready for commitment. He wasn't ready.
It's amazing women have all these stories of all these amazing men who promised them so much, but they still,
Hopeless. Depressed.
end up by themselves. I mean, is the belief of fairy tales so powerful in women, it would cause them to just stop their lives and just hope for this Prince Charming to actually, follow through on his promises? Some would say it seems naive and desperate. Is it? Comment.
Ready for a relationship. Maybe he would just disappear after a couple of dates. It was incredibly frustrating. I would end up elbow deep in a bag of Oreos thinking, I can't believe this happened again. There's got to be something wrong with me. I have to be the problem. And here's the thing. I actually was the problem. Not in the way that you're thinking. It wasn't my weight or my hair color or my job. The fact that I texted something after the date. It was.
I mean, she's being honest. You don't really get this a lot nowadays.
I have to be the problem.
Maybe a lot less women would be single if they actually, were more honest.
I have to be the problem.
Were more honest. But go on.
The fact that I didn't believe in myself. I didn't feel worthy of being treated well. I didn't believe that I could have what I wanted in love and in a relationship without settling. My lack of self-worth was the problem. So I started working on reprogramming my subconscious mind, increasing my self-worth. Less than 6 months later, I met my now husband, Brian. Please use my story for inspiration. You are worthy of a healthy, committed, loving relationship with a really good.
But are they? Are they? Yeah, your story sounds nice. Yeah, that's cute. But even you just admitted to why you were struggling, why you were getting humbled by so many men.
I didn't feel worthy of being treated well.
Every woman can't make the adjustment you did, which is, it's on one hand side for a lot of them. They're going to keep getting played. And it's like, all right, just keep getting played. But making that mental shift that you did as a woman to see your value and worth in time to secure your Brian, a lot of women can't do that. They struggle with that. They're stuck in their ways. And sadly for a lot of them, they're going to end up stuck in their ways forever. Have to get a cat, a couple of dogs, company other than a man.
manless. I thought this ugly.
Is it because men are bad? No, I mean, you've proven that yourself, didn't you? You found a Brian.
Worthy.
Yeah. Because a major problem a lot of women have nowadays is thinking the problem is all on men. They don't think for a second that, is it the way they're thinking, the way they're acting nowadays, the way they're carrying themselves, that just makes them undateable? Do they? No, it's just blame men. Just blame men. So in some cases, why should you care when you understand the problem can't always be men?
Brian, please use my story for inspiration. You are worthy of a healthy, committed, loving relationship with a really good guy.
No, they're not. Not all of them.
Worthy.
Just wondering, at what age do you become a spinster? Yeah, asking for a friend.
I mean, you're probably there already, aren't you? You've reached, peaked, climaxed.
A spinster.
That's probably been a while for you haven't. All right, we don't need to do that. Spinster, an unmarried woman, typically an older woman beyond the usual age for marriage. Interesting. So, I mean, is she?
A spinster.
Did she answer her own question? Will there be more of her? And are men to blame? I mean, come on, really, you can't just blame men for having standards.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Some dating advice for my ladies who are over 40. I actually suggest that you lie about your age on the apps.
Wow.
And get under the 40 threshold, because a lot of dumb men, ageist men will filter you out with.
Really?
A spinster.
So you're insulting the men you want to date you as well. You see, I mean, this is my point. The attitude.
Dumb man.
I mean, can we have some balance? Can people be good to each other? Can we not have entitlement from, anyone? If men aren't supposed to be egotistical and entitled, can't we expect the same as well? Is it wrong? So this lovely woman here, over 40, is going to lie about her age to get the same men she wants.
Dumb man.
Because she thinks the same men she wants are ageist. Okay, so lie. You're trying to get to know someone, lie. And that makes sense to who?
Dumb man.
Okay.
Without really giving it a second thought. But this way you can prevent yourself from getting filtered out. And what I do is I always tell the truth. I don't always tell the truth. If I think on the first.
Oh, wow. What, really?
I don't always tell the truth.
I'm so shocked. You don't always tell the truth, really? Oh, really? Oh, we'd have some fun.
I don't always tell the truth.
A couple of liars, deceiving each other, yeah.
First date that I'm going to want to see the guy again, I do tell him the truth. If I think it's going nowhere, then there's no point because there won't be a second date. But when I have told the truth, you'd be shocked at the number of men who really don't care and actually like.
Well, duh, and obviously a lot of them wouldn't care anyway, because the men they're seeing like, okay, all right. Obviously, this woman's got special effects on her face, so we can't really see how she looks. But it's like, that's not the point here. We understand as men what other men are seeing, so they wouldn't care. This is why you don't need to lie. It's not just a bad thing. There are certain men who are trying to understand what decade the woman's in for certain different reasons. If a man's not looking for anything like, a family or anything, it's like, okay, yeah, could have some fun. But if he is, decide he wants to take, a decade off that, yeah, I'm just saying it's not always bad, woman. You're making it seem bad, though. Sometimes it's just logic. It's not always a feeling.
Appreciate that you did that, because otherwise they wouldn't have seen you on the dating app. And so I 100% always get a second date. Then you don't have to worry about it ever again. And when they book a flight for you, they know your birthday. But to the men watching this, do you care if a woman lies about her age by a year or two?
Yes. And like you've just said, some men do. And a lot don't, which is why you have no need to. You've proven it. Oh, my God. This woman's stressful already. Like, Jesus Christ, woman. You don't need to lie. You never needed to. But here's the point you're missing. The men that do have a problem with it, you would have already filtered them out by being honest, wouldn't you? So it's like you're lying for no reason. You're making yourself look bad. You're making yourself seem untrustworthy. Yeah? And at this moment in time, I mean, you can't change, can you? How many other things would you lie about? Are you lying about now? She could be 50.
And she tells you the truth on the first date. I want to hear your thoughts.
I don't even want to tell you my thoughts. I feel like you'd use them against me.
Just like a woman.
No, I'm just saying, no guarantee, but I'm just saying, use my own thoughts against me. I'm just saying.
To ensure her chicks hatch safely, the mother bird willingly seals herself inside a small tree hollow, protecting herself and her offspring from predators. Meanwhile, her mate tirelessly gathers mud, delivering it to her repeatedly. The mud, mixed with saliva, is carefully applied around the edges of the hollow's entrance.
Cap. Not on these birds. No. The cap is on men and women. Both men and women. The comment section to this video was, it was so annoying. Both men and women were complaining about, you see, this is how it's supposed to be. At the same time, neither of them wanted to relinquish power to be this to the other. It's like, that was like the common sort of gist you got by reading all the comments. It's like, oh, see, this is how a man should be. As women were saying, this is how a woman should be, as men were saying. And it was like, this is ridiculous. And there was a lot of millennials, 30 to 40-year-olds complaining about this. And I was like, wait a second. An obvious thing nowadays, especially about 30 to 40-year-old men and women, is no one wants to bend first. And it's not in that sort of way, but you get the point. No one wants to relinquish power first. No one wants to be, how do you say, either the simp or the pick me first sort of thing, if you get where I'm going. And it's weird how both still want traditional vibes, traditional values, but they want to retain the modernness. Now, as a man, I can understand it, as a man. But on the flip side, a lot of women are so strong and reinforced and independent nowadays, they don't even want to relinquish their power to be this. So it's like, it's a weird back and forth. This is what I realized. It's a lot of BS. It's a lot of nonsense, man. It's a lot of waffling. I mean, in some way, are we saying everyone's trying to be the one who wears the trousers now? Because what man wants to wear the skirt? But now a lot of women don't even want to put one on.
Gradually narrowing it until only their beaks can fit through. Afterward, the mother bird plucks her own feathers one by one, lining the bottom of the tree hollow with them.
That's dedication. Wow. From both.
Once this cage-like nursery is complete, the mother bird stays inside for an extended period, remaining there until her chicks hatch.
And how many modern women would stay inside for so long? Really? They want to pop a baby out, they want to get back out there and have their fun in it. Get back out on the street instead of raising the kids. Really? The dedication of both. The man bird's constantly going back and forth to work.
As we should.
Getting berries and stuff. He's doing his job as she's doing hers. Balance. Yeah, please.
During this time, all the food for her and the chicks is provided by the male bird. For the next 6 months, the male hornbill's daily task is to search for food.
It's a hard-working man bird right there. It's a hard-working man bird, as he should be, bringing home the bacon, the berries. We get the point.
His daily task is to search for food. He gathers berries and delivers them through the tiny opening of the hollow to his mate. Observations have recorded the male bird delivering as many as 20,000 berries during this period. However, the mother bird can grow tired of eating berries every day.
Yeah, typical. It's never enough, is it? It's never enough. However, being a dedicated man bird he is, what's he going to do?
At such times, the considerate male brings her insects, which are the best nutritional supplement for a breeding female.
Look at that. Man's nourishing his woman. You see? The balance. It's a beautiful balance. Is this what we're lacking nowadays? Now, a clear, obvious answer is yes, because obviously the economy is effed up as well. Let's not forget that the economy is effed up. You don't want to bring no kids into this damn world anyway. The politics of the world, planes crashing into black helicopters and all that. Yeah, we get the point. All right? So, for some, this is a fantasy.
These insects are often harder to catch, but the male always ensures they are given to his mate, never keeping any for himself. No matter the weather, the male bird faithfully repeats this routine every day. Only after their chicks hatch does the female bird emerge from the hollow to join her mate in searching for food.
See, job done. Kids are healthy, and now she can get back out there and, do whatever the hell she wants to do. Still taking care of the kids, though. Still, dedication from both. It's not selfish and entitled. But this is nature, isn't it?
It doesn't matter how old or ugly a man is. As long as he is wealthy or famous, he will get a hot chick to the day he dies. Women, we have a shelf life of about 35, 40 with good refrigeration.
Freeze them eggs. Yeah. Frosty.
I did not make this up. I learned this decades ago from Anna Nicole Smith, my spiritual advisor. Anna was married to an octogenarian in a wheelchair.
So in other words, she was a younger woman getting the bag from this old man who could barely even walk, let alone, yeah, man, we weren't dropping no D. Look, we're not even going to say that. That's just too much information, but we get the point. So she was a woman getting the bag. Now look, this is the flip side of it. This is the flip side. Yes, it's bad that, this old man was, trying to sleep with this young woman. He married her and she was getting money for it. But that's a common exchange of modern dating and relationships. So again, if men do have the option, why wouldn't they take the option? I mean, like for a lot of women, if they could date a taller man than a shorter man, why wouldn't they take the taller man? Why wouldn't they take the taller one? Yeah, options. Some say the belief in them is a problem in modern dating. Yeah, it is what it is.
That's a man in his 80s. He hadn't walked since Watergate. That was a political crisis in our country in the 1970s. So cute. They're so cute. Well, they're young and in love, and they're, I gotta help them. Anna was voluptuous, gorgeous. He couldn't move on his own. Anybody seen The Inequity? Anybody? Okay. Over for me. I feel like Canada. I have so much to offer, but nobody gives a crap. I don't think it's over for me, but people treat me like that. Okay, I'll give you an example. What did I get for my birthday? Somebody gave me a bread maker.
Hey.
A bread maker.
I mean, it's common for a lot of, women of a certain age to like bake a lot of bread. Yeah, it's good. I mean, they have a lot of time to. Not many suitors knocking all that out, seriously.
So that I could make my own loaves of bread. Because that's what I want to do. I want to make my own loaves of bread. That's why my mother came to America, so I could make my own loaves of bread.
It will always be humbling, simply because to be born with a gift and have it taken away by 40 can be daunting. The world is yours. Have a nice day.
Ugly.
I don't always tell the truth.
Hopeless. Depressed.